First of all, sir, your first name and last name?
Michael Berube.
And is it okay with your permission if we can put this content onto our website, ncplus.org?
But of course.
And your first name and last name, ma'am?
And Neil.
And I believe we have your permission too for putting the content on the website. All right.
We will be YouTube.
Alrighty. We won't do an intro for this one. So can you guys just reflect real quickly on the dialogue that was had and how what was talked about at this roundtable then can be taken back to higher education institutions and applied to further academia?
Want to go first?
I'll go first again. Well, I think what can be taken away is that even though we have some substantively different ideas about what the content of college education should be, there was also a good deal of common ground with regard to the broader context in which these debates occur. I think Ms. Neal was right in her opening remarks to say that if we did this as a sort of Rock'em Sock'em Robots show, where we just score the predictable points, it would have been boring. When you open up the conversation to deal with student assessment, about which we have slightly different attitudes, or the culture of student engagement on campus, the funding of universities, you find a number of things that in which even our disagreements don't necessarily follow along party lines. So I think there's a lesson there to be learned with regard to whether or not it's appropriate or useful to map party affiliations or political commitments directly onto educational debates.
I think we discussed that the intellectual diversity is an important discussion, but one that needs to be looked at in a much broader context, and that as we're looking at colleges and universities today, in many instances we have 6-year graduation rates which are woeful 60%. We have increasing evidence that we're graduating students who are suffering on adult literacy surveys, who are having a fairly diffuse curriculum which does not introduce them to broad areas of knowledge that they'll need as citizens, and so that there are any number of important and challenging issues for us in terms of student engagement and of an enriching educational experience where we can do better.